A couple weeks ago, Raspy posted about custom maps for VIP server owners, which essentially means that anyone who owns a VIP server can upload maps and then load them into the game. Now, this has a couple of implications. For us as map makers and contributors, this allows us to iterate on our maps a lot quicker, because we don't have to wait for a review process in order to get our maps into the game. But probably more importantly for you guys, it allows you to make essentially whatever you want and have fun in it with your friends in a VIP server, while at the same time not having the liability of that model on Stylus. So if you were to upload something inappropriate, it'd be you, the user, who got moderated by Roblox rather than us. Now, I do need to give a quick disclaimer, and that's that this is still currently in testing, so it's only open to a few people who've opted into the testing process, which means that if you try and follow along with this at the moment, it won't actually do anything. However, once the update has been released to the public, you will be able to follow along with this process. It also means that we might encounter a couple bugs along the way, which actually happened the first time I tried to record this video about a week ago, which is why this is coming out so late compared to when the announcement was made. If you'd like to help out with testing, you can click a link that Raspy posted in the roadmap channel in the Stylus Discord in order to apply for this. Now you might be asking, how does this actually work? Well, for starters, you need to have a map that's set up correctly, which means you've got to have the spawn points and the objectives. It also needs to not have any blacklisted instances, which essentially means you don't have anything dodgy in the map, like a script that might edit the game's code. Once you've got your map file, you then need to make it into a format that the game can actually understand. To do this, we need to use a script, which we can paste into the command bar here. In future, this may be made into a plugin, so that people don't have to deal with the command bar, but it's really not that scary, you just copy and paste something. Once that script's been run, you then need to have a look in the Explorer. We go down to a folder called Server Storage, and we should see something called Map Export. What the script has done is it has changed the format of the map to be in a model, which we can then upload to Roblox by right-clicking and then clicking Save to Roblox. You'll then need to go to your creator dashboard and set the model to be distributed on the creator store, which essentially makes it public and allows the game to actually access what's inside the model. Now, at the minute, because it's only open to whitelisted users, when I go into my VIP server, I need to run a certain command, which is essentially unlocking the feature for me. This isn't a necessary step once this releases to the public, so for you guys, you can skip this bit. In order to actually load the map into the game, we then need to use the /loadmap command. This requires the asset ID of the model that we just uploaded, which you can find by going back to your model on the creator dashboard and either copying the asset ID from the URL or clicking on the three dots here and then clicking copy asset ID. If you paste this after your load map command, then put in the mode, then hit enter, it should load the map into the game. In this case, I've just used an old Lakeside file because it was already set up to work with the game. Now, that's all well and good for actually importing your map into the game, but how do we make a map to begin with? To start with, we'll need a piece of software called Roblox Studio, which you'll have seen earlier on in the video. A lot of you will probably have this installed already, so take a look in your apps library to see if you can find this. If not, you just need to go to create.roblox.com, which you can access by going to the Create tab when you're on your Roblox homepage. Here you'll see a big download button, which says Get Roblox Studio. Just click that and install it. Once we're in Studio, we can make a new file and just build essentially whatever we want. As you're building though, there's a few things that you'll need to consider. For one, think about how big the map is. Roblox's unit of measurement is studs, and we usually say that one stud is approximately equal to one real-life foot, which, for those who don't live in America or the 1930s, is approximately equal to 30 centimeters. You obviously don't want a map that's too big to traverse for the player, so bear in mind that the Roblox character is about 5 studs tall and can jump about 5 studs in Phantom Forces. With the dolphin dive and other advanced movement techniques, you can jump maybe as high as 10 to 12 studs, so keep this in mind. As well as this, you'll also want to consider which game modes you're going to support and where you're going to put the objectives on the map. If you want, you can also mess around with the lighting and shader effects. Once you've built your map, you'll then need to add something called the map submission template. To get this, go to the link in the description and add it to your inventory. We can then put this into the map via the Toolbox tab in Studio. This map template contains spawns and objectives, which you'll need for the map to actually be allowed to be ported into the game. As you can see here, if we try and load in a file that doesn't have these, it throws an error. Once we've got our map template in, you'll have to ungroup it once, remove the base plate, and then remove the information scripts once you've read them. There's 2 information scripts, one called instructions and one inside the objective areas folder, which is called HP documentation. Please do have a read through those, and more information can be found on the map making guide, which I'll also link in the description. Once we've ungrouped it and removed the scripts, we can use the Alt key and left click to select individual objectives and then move them around to where you want them to be, either using the move tool or by holding Alt and dragging the objective about with the select tool. If you don't want to support a particular game mode, for instance maybe you don't want to have hardpoint, you still need to have those objectives in the map, but you can just put them off to the side somewhere so that they're out of the way. And then that's it essentially. So we've built our map and we've put in the template so that it fits the requirements of the game, and then we can just follow the process from earlier to upload it, which I'll recap one more time. So we run our script in the command bar, we upload the exported map to Roblox, and then we set it to be distributed on the creator store. We can then copy the asset ID from the model's URL. Then what we need to do is we join our VIP server. I have to run the unlock command, but you guys won't need to do that, and use the load map command with that asset ID and the game mode to load the map into the game. And there we have it, Profit. As I mentioned before, we do have a map making guide which has absolutely loads of information compiled over the last 6 or so years on how to make a map and how to make that map game ready. So there's a lot of things in there that I haven't covered in this video for the sake of time. For instance, all the framework integration we've got, like having invisible walls that bullets can still pass through but don't let people through, or having your map set at a certain time of day, and loads of other stuff. So if you do want to take a look at that, it'll be the first link in the description. This is something that I've been working on for quite a while as a way to compile all the information and resources that myself and others have written over the years. So if you do find it useful, or you've got any suggestions of what I might need to add, please do let me know. And then finally, if you did make it this far in the video, massive thanks to you. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this new custom map feature. Will you be using it? What sorts of maps do you think you'll be making? And of course, if you did enjoy this video, consider giving it a like, and maybe even subscribing and turning on notifications. That's it from me now, so I'll see you another time. Or maybe not, that's up to you.